that they have the individual skill to do so. And if they can do that, well, then maybe we'll just see them snag the win.
Oh, we did just see the last game on here from the South American region. Now we're going to be diving over towards the North American teams. And we're going to be starting out on the map that they left off on. And that was a super spicy matchup there. I mean, Fiora versus MIBR. Olga wasn't playing. Let's see if this game matches up to the hype.
Yeah, it was a bit disappointing to not see Olga in the server. I think a lot of people were excited to see what she was going to be able to do in South America. Europe, I think, was also a little bit of a disappointment. There was a lot of expectations on the G2 roster, but unfortunately couldn't quite deliver. It's still the start of the season, though. Most of these teams, you know, still kind of brushing off a bit of the rust from leading up into the season.
Well, there we go, straight into the action here. 2 players down. It's going to be Milky and Licious absolutely destroyed. That's up. Getting shut down though. Garden looking to try and get some revenge here. Jesscas already pushed all the way over towards window room. Close. Garden's going to have their head ripped off. Absolutely destroyed. Now Jessica going to be able to flip on a hill. So trying to spot out a player, unable to in the amount of time she needed to that. Iggy tagged down heavily. Now Jess is able to push back over towards Connect. Unfortunately, there's going to be a player behind them. Child's going to be missing too many shots. You can see that grin on her face, a smirk of disappointment, and now her teammate's down. Sapphire sunk and to the left to sink. Now Childs, her position is known and documented, so they should have a bit of an idea for this rotation from Jess. A little bit slow. Oh, there we go. Perfect time in the end, actually. A little bit of misfire from one of the players, but there we go. First round in favor of EG Gold.
That was very interesting to watch. Obviously, there was quite a lot of aggression from Detonate all the way up mid, but Evil Geniuses like flanked all the way around and got into that kind of like under position in mid. It was interesting, but it seemed to work out quite nicely for them. And of course, nabbing themselves the pistols so early on here, they're able to force in quite heavily. Glad to see the Detonate are not forcing. This has become a recurring thing recently. Where a team obviously loses the first pistol and they force in quite heavily, and it very often backfires. So glad to see they're playing the safe game.
It's smart. From time to time, we do see teams obviously risking it. Playing a scout on this map on this sort of round, you know, it can go decently well at times, but it's such a high risk. And it's not really a massive reward unless you go all in on the other players as well. So I imagine on EG, they're going to be able to try and build up a little bit of bank here. I think they'll end up losing 1 or 2, maybe 2 players here. Depends what happens here. Never mind. Jess catches Sapphire, the flanker there off guard. This is pretty much an open and shut round. I'm not really going to delve into it any further, but going on from this, what do you expect into the next round in regards to buy and potential outcome?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Detonate are going to put quite a bit of a spend into this one. They'll have cash to do so. 2 rounds in a row, saving in this one. There's quite a bit of money that they'll have at their disposal. So going to see that full buy coming out. And of course, this will be the big opportunity for Detonate. The unfortunate thing is that they weren't able to do any damage to Evil Genius's bonus. So Evil Geniuses only have to reinvest so far as utility, which means that they're going to have quite a bit of cash left over into like following rounds. So that could become a potential long-term problem for Detonate, but as it stands now, they've got a FAMAS on the board, which isn't ideal, but it's still workable. A lot of good firepower there. They know that there's still the Mac 10s on EG, so they can leverage that, and there we go.
Yeah, very nice. 2 kills right off the bat. Going to be able to try and take the full advantage on this. Jess, USB in hand, is going to be able to upgrade. At least try and steal away this AK. I'm not sure if she had... Did she have a Mac 10 before this? She's just upgraded?
Yes.
It was either that or she's denying one of the AKs from being picked up there. I'm excited to see what Garden's able to accomplish here. Definitely one of the players I had my eyes on one of her previous team. Oh, not much. She's going to get trimmed a little bit too early on here. Andrea, solid player as well. Childs from the connected position with the M4. Does a lot of damage, but unfortunately Andrea needed that better support and is going to get taken out of the equation. Let me slow down a second here. Top mid has been taken over. They should have the information as to where these last 2 players are. Smoke denial is actually going to work out fantastic. They're not going to be able to push up for sure. Still try and push aggressive in towards this smoke through the smoke, we see some damage done. Just gonna have to try and go in for a self boost up here in towards the window room. Childs reads it like a book. Goes in for some pre-fire. Nothing's met, but she's going back in for the peak. Catches her off guard. And that's going to be round as Bouchard. I love saying that name. It's actually a pretty solid one. He's going to be able to get that final kill.
It's very it's got that kind of French flair to it, you know. There's something about saying words that sound French. Makes you feel fancy. I'd say this to an English person. Everyone thinks that English accents are like mega fancy. Not yours, Tom, but you know, posh people. Good round from Detonate.
Posh as hell, mate.
Oh lord. Anyway, yeah. So Evil Geniuses, that being their bonus round, not too concerned. That's of course why they pushed that instead of trying to hold on to their weapons. They're still able to buy in here, but of course now they're on that little bit of a knife's edge. Detonate snagging that round. Actually reinvesting back into the FAMAS. Ooh. And Andrea loses her life very early.
Yeah, they've kind of been a bit of a trouble spot multiple times here. That last round, unfortunately, died to the players push into that top mid and taking out the equation there with the Galil of all guns. So a little bit of an aggressive stance here from Detention, able to push over towards that ramp position. Playing two players there, keep that in mind. They've currently got no one watching that connector position or Palace. Playing fairly aggressive here, and I'm, well, wondering if it's going to pay off. It seems like it may do, because they've now pushed so far forward that they're going to be able to really hold this off. But there has also been a player positioned carefully so in towards that connector position. It's going to be Milky with that Galil. She's already found her first kill of this game, and it's going to be in that round. Kinata over towards B with Sapphire. Sapphire going to be the B anchor, usual position. Now FAMAS in hand, waiting for them to push through, but they're going to be jumping through the window instead. First shot comes out, gets the kill. That's going to be the bomb holder as well. She does eventually fall, but Piggy let's get a double kill. That's going to make the difference. Licious still alive as well. Milky going down is going to be detrimental. Childs has made their way all the way through in towards the apartments. Takes down a player as well. Licious fools Piggy. Left in a difficult situation. Get the spray out, but not the kill because Bouchard a little bit sharp on the aim today.
I was watching that wraparound from Childs, and I was like, this is going to be everything. This is going to make such a huge difference. And to be fair, the Detonate players on site managed to whittle down quite a bit of the attempt coming through, right? Bomb gets dropped as that one player is pushing through in apps. Didn't drop down from the window, but actually pushed all the way through, gets shut down. And then, you know, as the dust kind of starts to settle, only two players left alive for EG Gold, both on about half HP. Piggy goes in for the plant, and that is when Child's flank comes into fruition. Had no idea that she was behind them, so she gets that kill, and of course Bouchard, the crossfire from the other side, manages to clean things up quite nicely. Very, very good play from Detonate. Love that kind of forward thinking, and they can keep that up. Obviously now with this being an anti-eco, you expect them to come out on top of it. EG starting to look a little flustered.
Smokes go out. It's now going to be the execution coming through the concealing grenade from Sapphire. Looking to shut them down. Does a lot of damage. Now the spray from the AK is going to be devastating from her and Andrea as well. Smoke going to be going through as well. This execution's just been shut down. The Tech-9s unable to accomplish what they were set out to do in the spray from Sapphire. Gets two and picks up the third as well.
Look at her face.
I've seen that happy smile. She's got the Pokemon in the background as well.
Yeah, she's so chuffed. I think even she was a little surprised at how well that worked out. Great positioning, standard positioning, but works out perfectly. I don't know if they were that transfer was nasty. I don't know if they were necessarily expecting the apps push, particularly like 2 rounds in a row, but it works out quite nicely for them. We do have to bear in mind there is the slight asterisk of that having been a pistol round. So we weren't expecting terribly much to come out of it, but well done for her, keeping her cool there when under fire from potentially 2 to 3 different players. EG buying back in now. They have to start turning things around, otherwise economy becomes an absolute shambles.
There's been a couple of mistakes here from EG's side that really have cost them. That last round, Milky going down, allowed the Childs to get through and really go into the backstab, as you were saying. Wondering if EG are going to be able to sort this out. So they may have 2 rounds on the board, but honestly, they were convincing in their own right, but Destination will be coming back through with a feistiness that may well just win this for them. Milky and Licious Going down instantaneously now. Massive disadvantage. 2 players going out. They've not even tagged a single one of the players. Piggy going to be playing aggressive up in towards this position. Has made it past. Not spotted, I don't think. Now this is a winning gameplay here. She can make her way through unspotted. Find a kill on sight. She has an idea where one of the players is. Oh, there he goes. Spotted out Sapphire's gun. And now she just has to wrap around, get the kill. Lockdown market. Could be it for them. The shots come through. The bait shots of all things. Fantastic. Gives away the game, but same time the kill comes through. Now Piggy has to hold on to this. The bomb going down. There's the play over towards short as well. Keep in mind. Now 3-on-1. Piggy's going to have the handful. The flash is going to be coming through. The spray from her. It's going to be pick up 2, fully blinded. She doesn't care. Guarded with the 3rd. Now Andrea, last player left alive, coming in from short. Going to have her work come up against her here. Molotov's going to be going out, but run for the hills. There's nothing you can do there.
Been some great presence of mind here from Detonate. Look, okay, so the round kind of slips away from them, and a lot of that comes down to Piggy, but the start of the round goes quite nicely. I mean, in the very first round, I was talking about how EG take a lot of that early space. Even when Detonate's taken a very aggressive push all the way down mid, they still manage to get in behind and get into that kind of mid position. And they've been attempting a similar thing, and they do that in that round as well. And Detonate have read into that. So they play a slightly more passive game. They wait for EG to start trying to take that space. And unfortunately, they were not expecting Piggy to wrap around. And a lot of that came down to timing. I mean, you're watching those 2 players as they're kind of dancing around each other on the site, and it really was ships in the night. But Piggy times it perfectly, and getting 2 down in that spray, completely blinded, absolutely round changing. So such a good stabilization.
Oh, Charles! She's pushed up so far. Garden did not expect that aggressive position. Right off the bat. Destination was just like, no, okay, well, we may have lost that last round, but we're still going to be making you work for this. 3-3. I honestly, Sam, I wasn't really expecting this scoreline right off the bat. We're still early games, early doors, but I'm impressed by Detonation so far. Milky playing aggressive, gets a shot through the wall. That's Charles down. She's done her work. She managed to find that early kill. Now they are back at a disadvantage on the side of EG. Player down. They have got Bashard pushing aggressively in towards that palace. So they pushed on the way through. She can get through towards T-spawn. We have seen a similar gameplay like this before with Milky in this similar position, not as aggressive. She was in connector before, and that was actually the round that they lost. Luckily for them, she's not actually going to be playing as passive. If she can lock down CT, they're kind of going to be mirroring each other's moves right now, which is great. At the same time, Bashard's gathered a load of information. Milky, she's made her way through in towards market. But Andrea reads it like a book, turns around just in the nick of time, gets the kill, and now Sapphire gonna get dropped by Jess, and she just drops all the way through. Andrea goes with the spray across, can't quite get it. Piggy. It's the kill now, Detonate playing close to this window. Smoke coming through, that is just so key. Bomb looking to be going down. It's going to be a 2-on-2 situation. Kaneta has to play a little bit slower, but doesn't care. Plays aggressive against Bomb. She doesn't even wait for a teammate. She knows she's got this in the bag.
Whew. A little bit touch and go there, I think. But I loved how that round played out kind of from start to finish. You know, obviously Chowder gets that, Chowds gets that really early pick. And Milky being able to get the pick onto her, like the refrag, it comes a little bit later on. Obviously, Childs is really low HP, so it's kind of a cleanup at that point. But the whole game slows down. Neither team over-peaking, neither team going unnecessarily aggressive, really just taking their time to assess the situation, and I love to see that kind of thing. And then, of course, we have Milky on this crazy flank, which pays off really well, but the positioning from Detonate was unknown. A lot of their players, their positions just were not called out, were not spotted, and they were able to take advantage of that quite nicely. So they managed to salvage that round for themselves, and this is a thing I've noticed for both of these two teams. You know, when they're on the ropes, very often they do find a way to just kind of claw their way back into it.
Definitely a skill set you want to have and really hone down, but shouldn't be getting yourselves in that position in the first place. Can't win a match just based off that, not consistently anyway. It was a solid play from Detonation. Gathering that information all the way over towards the T spawn was so good. And I'll give it to EG as well. They had a great play. Obviously, Milky getting all the way through in towards jungle really worked out for them. But now it's going to be an A hit. We've not really seen one of these. Yonetta with the AWP misses another shot so far. Missed every shot she's taken. That might be an attack through the wall. It's going to be Bashard getting beheaded there by Licious. Child's unfortunately going to be losing her head as well in this fight. Licious. I'm not sure if she's playing from EU or NA at the moment. I know someone was asking that in chat. We'll have to find out later on. Yonetta's still alive. Sapphire finds a kill over towards Milky. This is helping, but the bomb is down. So they're going to have to get on this fast. Still got plenty of time to try and go in for this, but Yonetta's going to have to, wake up, get some kills, smell the roses, and that's exactly where she starts off. Gets revenge, but it's cut short. So terribly so. Piggy doing her best to be able to get multiple kills there and picks up 2 with that Galil.
Yeah, what a round from Piggy. I mean, you take a look at how the two AWPers performed in that particular match, or in that round, and Yonetta starts things off with a miss in mid. Okay, the flash probably had something to do with that, but it was a very, very near miss, and that could have really turned things in their favor very, very early on, and unfortunately, she just wasn't able to get that value. Piggy, on the other hand, T-sided AWP, getting 3 kills to open up sight and allow her team to get on. That's exactly what you want from your AWP player. Getting that kind of value on T-side is monumental, and now Detonate back down onto a pistol, position predicted, and this should be a fairly easy one for EG.
Oh, you say easy, but Sapphire's got a P250, gets a kill. Can't quite upgrade that pistol, though. Teammate did fall. There we go. AK picked up just in the nick of time. It's Jess. Oh, does get, gets one shot off, but not the kill. I'm going to be playing very patiently here. And this is the kind of gameplay we need to see, Sam. When you're going up against an eco, it's all good and well playing aggressive, but...
Ooh.
Oh. Okay, well, if you're just going to get outgunned like that, then Bashard's going to have your number. She spots out multiple players, and she's going to be running for the hills. She realizes that she's probably in a lot of trouble here. Turns around, trying to make sure no one's going in for the backstab through connector. Luckily for her, they're not. Yonetta could go upgrade to an AK in underpass, but honestly, probably not worth the risk.
I'm sure they just go for a save, yeah. Surely. I mean, Yonetta's in Narnia. Bouchard only has a flash. He's the only one with a rifle.
I'm interested. I mean, it's not over yet. I mean, she's in such a good position. And they're not really cleaning out her position. She could find a multi-kill from this spot. If her teammate plays a bit of a distractive role. Oh, she managed to find one. Licious goes down. She spots another below her. Now she just has to play for time. Flash going to be going out as well. They have to get the bomb down. 14 seconds. They're just whittling her down this time. Yonetta knows the bomb is getting planted. She gets the kill before the bomb goes down. And Bashard, she peeks out. They can do it, Sam. No eco needed.
Oh, that was nasty. Okay, I mean, I was literally talking about how Yonetta was still in Narnia, and I'm like, how does she get back in time? But that was played so well, whittling away the time, getting that first kill, denying the bomb plant, because obviously EG have to now take a second. They can't just continue along after one of their players has been taken down. They have to make sure that they're safe to do so. So they stop. And that gives the time needed for Yonetta to wrap all the way around. And then, of course, they're planting in a default spot. So she spams the smoke. And I mean, that can be so, 50-50. You don't know if you're actually going to connect those spots, if the player model is facing in the perfect, correct, position or whatever. But she's able to get that, and that is massive. And of course, with all eyes turned on her as she gets those shots through, it's the perfect moment for Bouchard to swing out and get that final kill of the round. A fantastic save to the round there for Detonate.
And how mad would you be if you're EG right now?
Ooh.
I would be seething. There'd be a few swear words said fairly loudly if I was in their team right now. They're gonna go for an execution over towards B. They have got potential here. There's 2 players out, but they've actually got execution working in their favor. Milky does find one. Gonna get traded. And Sapphire making use of this free time. It runs out of bullets now. Has to fire USP. Gets one. Sapphire potentially just denied them the potential plant here. Exactly that. Childs comes in. gets a double kill. But I would be so even. But that was a fantastic play. Obviously, 2 rounds ago now from Bashard and Inetta. Though that's kind of gameplay we need to be seeing.
So what I've taken away from that, Tom, is that you're a toxic teammate, and I don't want to play CS with you.
That's all right. You're silver anyway.
Wow. Rude. I mean, this was a pretty good round from EG, all things considered. They do a decent amount of damage. I mean, Detonate are not in a comfortable position economically. And now with EG being able to buy in again, this is the perfect time to swing things back in their favor, to start doing some real damage to Detonate's economy and making it so much more difficult. Yeah, Bouchard's on over 6K, but you look at Andrea and she's only down on 500. You know, there's been a lot of reinvesting. So if they can win out this round, start to close the gap again, start doing some damage to the economy. I mean, it's already shaping up to be an incredibly close map, but it could be just that. Check her PC. This is not normally.
He's just like, oh, what happened there? Oh, Andrea doesn't hear that boost, whatever. It was a silent push. Childs gets the trade-off. The damage is done. But you know what, Piggy? If you're getting shot through that smoke, that would trigger me as well. I mean, God. Sorry to interrupt you there, but I was just so confused how that lineup worked so fantastically.
Can you imagine if that random smoke spray actually got the kill?
I mean, 16 damage away from it. It was a headshot of that
So
M4.
close.
Single bullet more. All right, here we go, Brashad. It's going to be a flash coming out. Pushes her back a little bit. Molotov as well. Denies that any kind of push towards that ticket booth. But, you know, Child's in a solid position for them if they try to go for the cross. Utility down on that site. And you know what? That one incendiary grenade, that's going to deny most of the smoke plant here. But never mind, Garden. Her position there, so crucial, opens up the opportunity to actually get the plant. Bashard and Sapphire from the CT position here, looking to play aggressive. Flash could be coming out. Going to be working, but only on 1 or 2 other players here. There is, see, Garden's in that sandwich position, has been spotted. The damage going to be coming out. She's going to be losing her head as the CTs are pushing on towards slide play. Very aggressive. It's going to be a 3-on-3 situation. Make that a 1-on-2. Delicious. She came in and entered with 3 kills on this slide before, but now she has to defend it. First kill found. Defuse looking to be coming through. She's spraying everywhere. The wrong places, though. She gets the kill nonetheless. Through the smoke. Disappointed, but she managed to at least get the kills.
Honestly, solid retake from Detonate. I will say that post-plant positioning was not great from EG. I think Garden going down where she was, right? She was about to start crossing over towards the rest of her team. She gets caught in no man's land, and the entirety of EG are now funneled in this very small kind of connector area. And you just kind of focus fire. Yes, Piggy does get that last kill of the round, and, you know, props keeping it expensive, I guess, but that diffuse in the smoke that just could not be denied, the kills that came through from Detonate to wrest things back into their control, that was exceptional play, really good decision-making, really good communication. Detonate start to pull ahead massively. Of course, if they win this round, they have confirmed themselves the lead at the half, and EG have struggled to get another round since that, I think it's 4 rounds since they've managed to pick one up.
It's been a long time. That eco win was massive. Kionetta flashed. Well, not fully though. It still gets the kill. And then somehow these players, they made it through towards CT. Bashard denies them, sends them hacking. It's not going to be the French retreating this time around. Jess has got Khalil in hand, goes in for the spray, but going to get absolutely demolished.
And the rounds are just starting to look cleaner and cleaner for Detonate. Okay, sure, that was a bit of a janky buy from Evil Geniuses, so unlikely that they would be able to get too much done there. But, you know, round after round, Detonate are coming through them far more cleanly, far more players still alive. They're building up that economy, building up that slush fund. You know, clearly the confidence is starting to come in. And I mean, this was a question mark team for us. Sure, we knew that 3 of their players had played together previously, and when they had played together, they managed to get like a 3rd, 4th positioning, but that was in Season 1 last year. I mean, that's about a year ago that we last saw them competing together. So there were some question marks around this, but I suppose when you take players of that caliber, put them together, you got to expect them to do well. And this is Evil Genius's map pick. So again, you would think that they'd be doing that a little bit better here, but they're struggling to find an end. We do just need to kind of put that caveat once again that they have lost a player recently. So that can be, it can throw you off balance quite badly, and you need to just try and restabilize off the back of that. But with Detonate being a fairly new roster, they are performing, I mean, they're outperforming expectation.
They are doing very well. I'm impressed by the way they're synergizing with each other here. And also, like, Andrea and Bouchard on that round where she won the eco round for that team, alongside, obviously, Netta, but her playing towards that Palace, playing so carefully, so, well, just smart, just not going for the over-aggression. It was the best play she could do. And that's the kind of gameplay I'm excited to see more from these kind of teams. This scene is obviously still growing. Impact doing a lot of work for it.
Have you seen how many orgs have come into the scene recently?
Yeah, I know. I mean, today we've seen Guild come into it. Absolutely fantastic. Kiki finally gonna find a new home alongside her teammates. And it's Saints tomorrow we have versus CLG, the team she obviously filled in for Katowice at that place. So Bouchard plays aggressive, does get shut down. I know I missed that live. Don't worry, guys. I did see it happening. It was an aggressive play, but you know, once you've done it too many times, it's going to get countered. A little bit too late in the day, though. Round advantage, obviously, over towards the potential detonation, like you were saying, Childs. Oh, almost getting guarded down. That was almost a kill. Andrea, though, couldn't play sneaky beat. Like, does get one. Netta, last one left alive, over towards the site. She has managed to find one. Has to push back around her teammates there to back her up. She does fall, but the trade-off comes through. Sapphire, very few bullets left. It doesn't matter. She's going to go down. Licious. She's still alive at the moment. It's going to be 6 seconds. She goes down. The bomb can't be planted. Her teammate is in Narnia this time round. Unable to do anything. Garden, AHP. Ended up, unfortunately, losing this one for our team.
Okay, look. So Andrea is flashed out. Fair enough. Obviously, you're not going to see the player that's about to jump on your head. But the player that's about to jump on her head, how did you not check that? Like, I heard Donna talking about this a little bit earlier on the alibi peak. She says that's what they call it in Germany, where like you kind of check, you don't really check. You see that quite often, right? Like you kind of check, you don't really check, and then there's someone there and they kill you. And I think that was like a similar thing. Like they were not expecting her to be right there. And of course, that last kill there, Child's managing to deny that bomb plant. EG took a little bit too long getting into position and paid for it. But now, we're seeing a bit more aggression.
14th round, and you know what? Even with Detonation losing a player there, they've still done a lot of damage to 2 of these players. And with M4s, if you can get players down to one-shotable with the head, that is just absolutely fantastic. And Netta's going to have to push aggressive. She gets the kill onto Milky. She knows another one's over towards the site. She's going to be able to get the flick. Never mind, it's going to be Sapphire with a double kill of all things. Licious. Garden. Same 2 players left alive, but this time in a 2v4. Early damage from Detonation has done them proud. Licious flicks on over, gets the kill towards Sapphire. Still another one on site. It's going to be King Nate. Peeks on through towards Short, gets the kill, and now Garden is going to have to really pull the one out here. It's a bit difficult. She has to find the first kill. Unfortunately, shut down. That's the 14th round in favor of Detonation, and they are dominating EG right now.
Netta has really picked up the pace as well. You know, there was one round where I was kind of like juxtaposing her with Piggy, and I was like, oh, you know, the AWP value and who's getting the most value and whatever. But since then, she's really kind of come into her own. She's performing so much better. Some of these frags have been fantastic, and it's really helped to lock down these sites. I was looking forward to seeing this slightly more aggressive play from Evil Geniuses, right? They get right up close and personal, get that opening frag, but it doesn't amount to anything. Now they're attempting it again, and oh my god! It's all falling apart.
Oh, the XM. The auto shotty doing us proud here. Andrea was able to find that first kill, but the bomb looking to go down anyway. They have to do it quickly. All the players from that CT position going to be pushing through. There you go. Early plant. This could be the 5th round. The savior for their side just has to play aggressive here now. Shut into this position. Her teammate's going to be falling to the waistline behind her. She's got a Galil, not the best position for this gun, but she's going to be playing aggressive through the smoke. They don't quite realize this. She's going to catch them off guard by one, but there's another player there. She doesn't realize she goes down to a USP of all guns. 2v3. They line up. Garden unable to call that one home. Licious sitting in the smoke. just camping, hoping no one spots her. She pushes through, gets the bomb diffuser, but it doesn't matter. That diffuser is still going to be coming through anyway.
Oh, and just in the nick of time as well. Things have been very, very close between these two teams. But folks, that is the half. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we'll have the second half.
The sky and I look for a familiar face. I try to find my way back home. Could have sworn it was real, but with time started doubting myself. I play it on repeat, I would do anything just to turn back time. Memories are faded in the sun. I just wanna feel like when we were young. Nostalgia to bring us back home. Bring me back, rewind. Gotta believe. Bring me back, rewind. Gotta believe. Sometimes I can't sleep. At times when I'm wide awake, I see the place we used to live. Stare into the sun and I look for a familiar face. I'm blinded by the light, I'm lost. Could have sworn it was real, but with time started doubting myself. Play it on repeat, I would do anything just to turn back time. Memories are faded in the sun. I just wanna feel like when we were young, when we didn't need photographs and nostalgia to bring us back home. Bring me back, rewind. Gotta believe.
The first half of this map maybe didn't go exactly as anticipated, with Detonate having an incredibly strong start here on International Women's Day. Tom, fantastic way for us to start Impact Season 3, don't you think?
I think it's fantastic. And not only is it obviously Impact's first day back into Season 3, but also Guild announcing their female team, which is fantastic.
And Detonate, in fact.
Oh, yeah, of course. Right in front of us. And honestly, as we were saying in the halftime, it's just we're both just blown away by this team.
Yeah. Happy Women's Day to all those in chat.
Yeah. Clappers in chat. I'm interested to see, Sam, though, how this team do on the T side, because it's very different versus the CT side. It's going to be starting up right off over towards the A side. So far, so good. They've managed to get two people in towards this window room. And jungle. Milky is going to be the person up for contention. Misses all her shots aside from a leg shot there. Jess going to have to come through and be a bit of a savior. Gets one kill. Andrea going to catch guard off guard. Those words are too similar. Oh, Bouchard wants some more. Oh, actually, that was Andrea. Turns around, gets the kill. Piggy's going to have to go in for the denial Bomb hasn't gone down. That's at least something. But still, what a gameplay from this team.
I loved how they worked that. So they push in towards A. They make it seem like, oh, it could just be an A push. But no, they're actually using that as a way to wrap around, to get information, to find out where the enemies are. And you know, all that time they're building up to this B push, and by the time they push into B, they've taken out most of Evil Genius's reinforcements. This was really, really well done. It's the kind of thing that isn't often gonna work on like a rifle round, but on a pistol round, it's such a perfect way to kick things off. So that's the second pistol round won for this roster. Unfortunately, that was really important for EG. They needed to win that. They needed that little bit of an economic boost, that little bit of potential for the snowball. And unfortunately, it goes directly into Detonate's hands. And EG, of course, no cash into this round. We're staring down the barrel of the 13-4, getting so close to that match point. And EG, I'm not sure how they respond at this point.
Hopefully fast, to be honest, because they don't have any rounds to give away for free, which seemingly they have done. Well, no, that's wrong. They have not been given the rounds for free. Detonation have been taking them and clutching them and honestly outplaying them. So what can they do? Well, this round's going to be a bit of a throwaway. They've got one P250. They have stacked the site. I'll give them that. So they might be able to get a kill or two, but there's no way in hell that they're going to be able to clutch this one out. Especially with the Mac 10s and coat. There we go. There's the first kill. Lish is going to be looking to go in for the second one. Can't quite pull it out of the bag. There's a lot of damage. Now, Piggy, just be in hand. Well, I'm not sure they're going to fall for this one. Maybe out through short, out through apartments. Not really worth losing the Galil here. Maybe the Mac 10, Andrea can go hunting. That's exactly what she's doing, actually. Shoots out that window room. Well, window, as it were. He's going to be playing aggressive here, and unfortunately, it's going to shut her down. Nice try. They got one kill, as predicted, but that's all.
I'm pretty sure that's the second round in a row Piggy was last player left alive. The last round, she managed to stop the defuse for like a sec, or not, sorry, not the defuse, the plant for like a second, and then it was instantly shut down. And then again, yeah, last player tries to get a little exit frag for herself, but unfortunately denied. And oh no, Tom, oh, it's the thing. So, you know, so for those of you that don't know, in ECL, Tom and I have a thing where every time a team that is on a runaway lead takes a tech pause, or attack pause rather, they instantly start losing. And now Detonate have done that. They've taken the attack pause right after the half as well. I don't know. I have questions. I think they're obviously discussing, you know, how they can close this out as quickly as possible. But if that streak continues into this game as well, then that could be a little bit concerning. I must say, though, given how EG have been performing, I'm not convinced that it's going to make all that much of a difference. They are able to buy in here. It is 2 FAMASas, but there's quite a bit of firepower behind their names, so they could bring it back, but it's going to be rough.
I think it's all going to be down to these A1 players. Milky going to get shut down before shooting a single bullet from her side. Licious might be able to do something. Piggy with an initial bit of damage. No kill. They're going to be pushing over. Oh, there we go. Andrea goes down. That's a key player to drop, but Jessica goes down without shooting a bullet as well. This is terrible news. Piggy, some initial damage, but it's a FAMAS. That's a Galil. FAMAS loses every day. Child's going to be out of bullets. Unfortunately, has to pick up the FAMAS. Smart play. Even if it is the worst gun, you got to have those bullets ready. And, I mean, this is just a save. That's one hell of a play from Detonation. Where is this coming from?
Yeah, I mean, so bearing in mind, you know, 4 of these players have been around the scene for a while. I kind of spoke about this a little bit, you know, before the game started. But you look at like Bouchard, Sapphire, and Kianetta. They played on a team together in season 1, and they were playing in season 2 on you know, different teams. And Andrea came over from Valkyries, who were also all 4 of those players came from like top 4 caliber teams. So we already knew that they were good. Childs is pretty new to the scene. If I'm not mistaken, this is her first season. Guys, please do correct me if I'm wrong. But without an HLTV, it's very difficult to follow everything. But I believe that this is her very first season playing in Impact. So kind of, and she looks quite young from what is kind of shown on her camera. She looks quite young. So very likely one of those like cracked out young aimers that they brought onto the roster as well. And I mean, 21 and 9. Like, yeah, it's working out quite nicely for them. I think she's definitely been a big contributor to the success, along with the experience that the other 4 players bring to the table.
Maybe an aggressive push down this mid spot. There's a force from the other players. Might just be able to pull something out of the bag, but Force didn't do anything for them. Bouchard, that was so close, both ways. Expressionless on our camera. Maybe a little bit more disappointed in that situation. Not getting that kill, but she stayed alive, that's important. Sapphire's searching. Hungry for something here. Nothing is being given right off the bat. They played aggressive. They've got a lot of real estate here. Charles in towards his mid position has been spotted out. Licious has made the call. Gonna have to be careful. Jess has got the MP9. Perfect positioning for it as well, but Milky's gonna have to play out of her mind here. Gonna have a lot of players. Jess is gonna be in a position to try and get a double kill here. Finds one, almost misses out. Has to go in for all the reload here. Teammate goes down. Licious in towards that mid position, finds one. Bouchard is going to be getting tagged out by the MP9, eventually going to get dropped, and now they've got control of the bomb, and Andrea's left. Trying to find anything. She's like, hey, you sunk my battleship, and now she's going to have to push on through. She's got no chill. They've got the rounds, the money to play for this. 20 seconds. She's really going to be playing down to the wire. 17 bullets left in the magazine at the moment. Trying to find anything. But they're not giving her an inch. She's trying to take a mile. She's going to be looking to do exactly that. She does get the kill, actually.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I actually didn't think she got it there, but she managed to. Also, battleships, Tom, such a boomer. Like, if anyone in chat got that reference, please let me know, because I will be really impressed, and you get a naughty badge. Also, if you know what a naughty badge is, let me know.
That's a boomer reference? Oh, God, I'm so old.
Who plays battleships? Who plays that? I haven't played that since I was like 10.
Oh... I will say, someone in chat cursed this. His name is Timo. Said, EG, we're going to take this. Super easy.
So, EG, you know who to blame for this.
I play D&D with him, so I'll make sure his character dies next time.
Nice,
anyway,
nice.
Onwards and upwards. Let's see what goes on here. EG, Piggy's going to be in a good position, but misses too many shots. She's dropped. Cooked alive, turn into rashes. Some damage going to be coming through Bouchard all the way down to 0, because Milky's going to find the kill. Sapphire with a nice trade over towards Jess. Only got 3 players, but that's enough. Milky tagged heavily. Chow's still alive at the moment. Goes for the pre-fire. Fantastic! One after the other. Sapphire found that kill on 2 Garden, so it wasn't one after another, but still, Milky has to try and clutch us out, but at the same time, realizing what an impossible task it is. She's going to retreat. Chow with 9 HP, somehow clinging onto life.
Can we just take a moment to look at Childs' KD?
Monstrous.
That is redonkulous. 23 and 10? That is the second least deaths on the server, beaten only by Bouchard, and the most frags on the server. This new player, like, where did you find her, and where do we get more of her? Honestly, this is what we need in the scene, right? The fresh blood. And I mean, you'll know, right? We've been here since season 1, and the limited pool of teams and players that we had as compared to now, 1 year later, like, it has boomed phenomenally. I think we have 3 teams that are made up almost entirely of new blood, 3 or 4 teams with players that I haven't seen in previous seasons. So it's so exciting to see some of this new talent coming out of the woodwork. But what is devastating at the moment for EG is, of course, we're on match point. It's a broken bye, and Detonate are looking to take EG's map pick home. And then, of course, we head on to Inferno. Things are just not looking too great yet for Evil Geniuses at the moment.
I can't get over this comment in chat. I'm going to have to call it out. Someone's put EG running out of fuel, even with the Chevron sponsor.
Yeah, that's great. What a clown. What a memer.
What a memer. I'm concerned for EG. They're not really showing up here. Childs! She stays alive, but not for long. Piggy finds the Huandig. Honestly, still 4 players, and they're all beasts, even without Childs here. Shard, Sapphire, Andrea, Unita, will be doing very well. head on with them. Finds one with the MP9. You know what? Wasn't expecting that one kill, so it could make the difference. But Andrea into this Palace position, cleans out the spot below her. Smoke comes through, but it's too little, too late at this point. Sapphire's going to be pushing through short. Jess is going to catch her off guard, goes in for the spray, somehow wins a duel. Delicious with one of her own as well. Andrea's going to pull down Bashard, left in a 1v3, has to go for the spray, but going to be fall into the wayside. 6th round, finally. EG going to be pulling something out the bag.
I mean, that was a much needed round. It was definitely a surprising round. I thought that we were just kind of done and dusted at that point. You know, GG go next. But they do manage to salvage it. And again, on a very, very broken buy. And I think that this is one of the things that really starts to shine in some of these more experienced teams, right? When the pressure is on, when you know that you're kind of last chance saloon, a lot of teams will hit the gas and really start to step things up. And that's what we're seeing from EG. But the problem is they need some serious momentum. They need 9 rounds to get us to OT.
Shouts. Okay, fine.
What?
There we go. Jess is going to have to stay alive here, but pushes far too aggressively. Going to fall, and then just going to get absolutely destroyed. What's going on? How did you lose that? Garden. Got a reaction speed of a snail. A common garden snail of that. Now Lish is left in a 1v5. Finds one, but honestly, good night. There's no way in hell in this. She's already tagged out the 44. They know where she is. They've got her number. Childs. Of course it's her. Of course it's this player laughing in her seat. You can see that reaction is fantastic. All these players laughing like, hang on, how have we ended up winning EG's map pick?
On a Tech 9 round, bro. What? The whole way through that last round, I was lost. I don't know how they pulled that off, but GG's Detonate winning their very first